So, Layla, what is the Board for the Technological Innovation and Digital Transformation, and why the Milan Municipality decided to establish it?
Well, first of all, thank you very much for this, for inviting me and for try to understand how public institution can participate to this important, let's say, kind of revolution again, talking about digital, and for the municipality of Milano is also talking about artificial intelligence. The board is a unique institution, probably the unique institution, the unique board in Europe, which is composed by me and 12 people that represent the stakeholders of the city. So people that are engaged and competent and very much skilled in university. We have a director of Politecnico of Milano and the University Bocconi, a big company, small company, medium company, association, also startups, again, try to represent the city in terms to becoming a bridge between what the administration does, but moreover, what the citizens need when we are talking about services, public services such as services offered by our municipality. So the board is a kind of part of the open innovation paradigm that probably you are aware. We have born in 2021, and this is let's say, revolutionary approach because it's an holistic approach. We do not have the advisor for digital in our municipality. We have this board, which is totally horizontal, let's say, holistic, being engaged with all the advisors, all the directors, and on the other hand, the city and citizens, of course. So we are in a situation to listen all the time what the city is producing in terms of added value, but again, what our citizens want, need by the city. This is something that was an experiment 4 years ago, and it's working just because it's a matter of unified point, to become a bridge, to work as an ecosystem, as we used to say, and it works. Just because we have to contaminate each other and understand each other in terms of competencies.
Great. And this is something that Oeiras started to do 40 years ago, right, Filipa? Because this kind of evolution started 40 years ago and brought Oeiras to be considered one of Europe's most forward-looking municipalities that combines technology, education, and social well-being. Can you tell us how have consistent investments in education and social infrastructure shaped the well-being of your community today?
Hi, everyone. So thanks for being here. And let me move just back to, 40 years ago. Oeiras is the municipality just next to Lisbon. So Lisbon is the capital of Portugal. And 40 years ago, we were a non-development municipality. We were just a residential area. And at that time, it's the same mayor, so that is now. So at that time, the whole team just thought that what can we do different to just change it, everything. So we started to work by thinking on what can we do to improve well-being. It's just that, what do people need? And we now have 27,000 enterprises and we represent 13% of the Portuguese GDP. So what happened? Well, what happened is we started to we did an installation of a business park that followed 5 more since then. And at the same time, municipality started to building public houses and investment in education. For Oeiras, education is the way of getting out of the poverty cycle. So that's the base of everything, education. And still we have developed a lot. We still, nowadays, invest in education. For instance, if you live in Oeiras and you finish high school and you don't have money to go to college, we have scholarships for everyone that wants to continue studying. So we started like 5 years ago with 100 scholarships. We now 2,000 and 2,000 and something scholarships. It was incredible. And we still invest in education because we think is one of the bases of well-being, you know, and you provide something that's a tool for each one of us do whatever we really like. And you're saying that, well, investment, we do it because with all the enterprises that are now in our territory, we have taxes from the income that they provide, and we reinvest in social equipment and in education. Education I already explained, but social equipment, we have, for instance, community houses for the elderly, or we have a social fund for every one of us that has a problem, or we lost a job or something like that, or even in a COVID, we use it a lot to buy food for all the population and equipment for the hospitals. So that's how we managed to get a really quite a high level of quality life there.
But also Oeiras also invested in international collaboration and partnerships, right?
Yeah, we do.
And can you tell us something more about how these partnerships strengthened both economy and economy resilience and the social fabric of the community?
Yeah, so we partnership with a lot of research centers, international ones and universities. We think that the economy has to be present and to work together with the public administration, because it's a way of getting more data and knowing more about the population needs. But the thing is, we partnership with them to, of course, to have towards projects that will increase economic and social growth. But more than that, we have developed projects like, for instance, with the Gulbenkian Institute in our days, we have a partnership that they provide the first and second graders of all the public schools, the experience of getting learning science directly from the experience that what they are doing in the institute, in the Gulbenkian one, and the kids just learn about doing it, and it's really getting huge in our community. The need of the kids and the interest that even the community ask for more programs like this, because it's getting out of the school and doing something completely different like the adults do. So it's huge. So it's a huge problem. And yeah, we partnership for more investment, and then we reinvest in our citizens. That's it.
It turns out that the human values play a big role in shaping the way the city has decided to invest and also to develop technology and artificial intelligence, right? And this applies also to Milano, Layla. Can you tell us something about how the city is using technology, not just to become smarter, but also to become more human, building connection, accessibility, and trust among its citizens?
Yes, we started Well, Milano has 1.5 million inhabitants and 1.5 people, city users. So we are more or less 3 million users every day in the city with different targets, students, families, but also fragile people, immigrants. And our strategy is on one side to push innovation technology very much. We have the citizen folder, which is the fascicolo del cittadino, which is used by 800,000 people. So in every family they have. And we have the digital twin. We are pushing a lot of technology and services, digital services, but understanding that the goal on the other side is that we need to include everyone. Moreover, this fragile target that need to be supported, and our strategy is to be in our neighborhood with projects, public and private. This is very important, working with the private institution and companies. And being one example is a school that we have organized with a very important telco in Italy, which is Vodafone Fastweb. Being in a side citizen in terms of offering the possibility to understand digital services, all about social media and so on. But it wasn't enough because we are using artificial intelligence in our municipality. I made a recognition, and in the last 2 months, I understand that we have 45 projects using artificial intelligence. That means LLM or computer vision or machine learning. And half of these services are experimental, half are up and running. So the question was, how can we communicate and make understand, first of all, that artificial intelligence is an opportunity. It's also a risk, and it's our responsibility to make understand also the risks, but make understand that this opportunity is because they have more efficient services. So we decided to public, we organized last week the Milano Digital Week, which is an event, a bottom-up event that engage all the city with more than 150 partners that contributes with content and services about digital. And we decided to share a manifesto of artificial intelligence, of the usage of artificial intelligence in our municipality. It's a set of 6 values, guidelines also, and the transparency of this project that we are going to projects and make understand again to our citizens that they deliver a lot of efficiency. And the important things was this manifesto, because setting the values that are dedicated to digital rights, first of all, transparency, being inclusive, and being, of course, part of the participation, because another interesting thing is that we co-design our services. Even when we talk about artificial intelligence, we organize workshops with the champions of citizens, understanding their needs and co-designing services for them. So the thing is also to explain, to communicate, to make understand. That's why it's very important, again, to share, to be on the same path, which is very easy for people that are competent. It's much more difficult, and this is our responsibility as municipality to support this target, which if again represent the 5% of the city, we don't care. This is in terms of weight very, very important for the municipality.
Yes, and one of the biggest concern when dealing with artificial intelligence tools is privacy.
Right.
So my question is how the data that you are collected will be protected?
One of these 6 values and principle is dedicated to data protection. So first of all, when we use artificial intelligence, we respect the AI Act, which is a European law. For the American people, maybe is not very much well known, and also an Italian law totally dedicated to artificial intelligence. So GDPR is the other law totally dedicated to data protection, but it's not enough. We again organize with the help of private companies a platform. The name is cybersecurecity.it, totally for free, divided in clusters, so you can find and understand how data is important, how is important to understand your security with your data and the data of the city, with more than 120 hours of course that we organize for them. With Milano Smart City Alliance, it's a foundation that help us in terms of investing in these services that are totally for free and dedicated to immigrants, translated in 15 different languages, and students, families, exactly to make understand and try to explain how cybersecurity or data protection, better to say, it's important. Because sometimes it happens that people say, oh, I don't care, it's not my problem. Also, when you talk about artificial intelligence, but I don't care. I'm using, I don't know. So it's important because it's a matter of data, first of all. And we used to call Milano a data-driven city. That's why we are totally keen and responsible in terms of being with our citizen, because if you want to put a lot of technology, we need to be with the citizen in terms of make it simple and easy to use.
Yes, and comprehensible.
And comprehensible, of course.
Yes. Filipa, looking ahead, how do you see technology and well-being policy working together to ensure that Oeiras remains a model for sustainable, human-centered growth?
Okay, just like Layla was saying, we use, well, let's just think that every one of you works at some kind of enterprise and always thinking of the well-being. Well, I really believe that we work at the municipality is the administration that works directly with the citizens. So I really believe that our kind of institution can do really different if you all gathered and pushed the public administration to do different, for instance, in Europe. And we are not so developed still on the data-driven, because we are doing the platform just now, machine learning and digital twins. We are just doing that. But we have the conscience that we have to put the citizens working together with us, so that we can understand their needs, their demands, but they can understand our difficulties, and they can be part of the process, the thing that we are doing it for all of us, for the benefit of all of us. So we are working at the platform, the urban management platform is the same in every place. And we are working that for them to send us information so we can gather everything towards sustainability. Because sustainability in Europe is going to develop really fast and we are really try to improve this data-driven so we can do it more for the benefit of the whole community.
Thank you. Thank you so much.